When you look at these pictures on the slide, I think this is how metropolis looks like in your mind. However, under the beautiful surface of the large cities, like the comics shows, there are lots of potential problems led by rapid urbanization, like people getting killed every day, and maybe imbalanced incomes, poverty, overcrowded, pollution is also the problems caused by rapid urbanization. Today, we are going to have a presentation about urbanization. We will divide it into four parts. The first one is self-introduction, and then we will talk about what is urbanization and the solution of urbanization. And then we will go to the conclusion. The first part, self-introduction. I'm Eric, and this is about my credential. I have lived in large cities for several years, like Hong Kong, Shanghai, and also I have geography basic. I like geography, and I have taken amount of research among the urban issues. And this semester, I have taken a geography class. And then I will point out the thesis at first. Urbanization leads to a lot of problems around us, like pollution, poverty, and so on. And one of the solutions is that we can balance the economic development and use government policy to change that situation. Then we will come to the second part, urbanization and its impact. First of all, let's have a quick look about definition of urbanization. Urbanization refers to the population shift from rural to urban areas. The decrease in the proportion of people living in rural areas and the ways in which societies adapt to this change. When I talk with my global studies partners, she didn't realize that urbanization has happened around us. But according to the UN statistics data, it clearly shows that urbanization has happened over the world, especially in East Asia countries like Japan, and also some developed areas has finished this process. In some developing areas like Africa, Latin America has undergone this process. And then urbanization leads to a lot of issues. The first one is environmental concern. Air pollution is one of the biggest problems of environmental concern. According to Robert Mark, a political scientist, urban expert, in his TED Talk 2017, he pointed out that cities take up just 3% of world surface area, but they account for more than 75% of all energy consumption, and they emit 80% of greenhouse gas. And another problem is deforestation and desertification. According to Gary Gummerman, a marketing and communications director in World Watch Institute, in his article published in 2016, he said that cities are often expanding into areas of farmland and natural habitat, including forests. Cities worldwide are growing by 1.4 million new inhabitants every week. From that two data, you can see that urbanization has caused a serious environmental concerns. And the second issue is overcrowded. Look at the pictures. I will share my own stories when I living in Hong Kong. After every day's schoolwork, I will go to the subway back to home. When I get the subway like the picture shows, it's really overcrowded. If anyone on the subway didn't stand stably, it fell down. It will leave a numerous accident. And also, insecurity problems has caused by overcrowded. According to Electronic Security Association, the largest trade association in US representing security industry, you can clearly see that the number of crime in urban areas is much higher than in rural areas. At the meantime, refugees problems is also caused by population shift from rural to urban areas, especially in Africa and Latin America. The third one is fragility. Nowadays, with the climate change and global warming, the sea level are dramatically increased. Some areas will be immersed by the sea, like East Asia. And also, the precipitation has been decreased in some specific areas. Some cities will suffer water shortages, drought, like the Middle East. And also, when some disaster happens, like 911 terrorist attack and the earthquake in 2011 happened in Japan. Thousands of people are dead because of living densely. If they lived in large range of areas, maybe only few number of people will be killed. Then we will come to the solution part. From the expert, I summarize 6 aspects of the solution. The first one is plan and strategies to implement. The second one is to go green. The third one is to invest in integrated and multi-use solutions. The fourth one is build densely but also sustainably. Like the picture shows. This is a picture in Hong Kong. You can clearly show that the buildings are really densely. But if it use sustainable materials, for example, when typhoon or earthquake coming in these areas, it will only kill a few number of people because of natural disaster. And the fifth one is steel. Do anyone know the steel means? The steel means that the cities can learn something new from the developed cities like the Tokyo or Singapore or Hong Kong. These are really beautiful cities and have high quality. If your cities can learn something new from their cities, it will make your cities even more wonderful. And the last one is city unification. City unification means that cities' representatives get together to solve the identical problems, and also it can make the voice even louder. If you anyone know a specific city unification, you can type it in the chat. Okay, I will give an example. C40. C40 is a city unification. It mainly solves the problems with the climate change. And also, I have some personal view. Is that balance the development of the rural areas and urban areas. The governments maybe can give some beneficial policies that help rural areas to develop their own economy. like move the big companies into rural areas with low price. And also, it can solve the rural areas jobs problems, improve the employment rate. Then we will come to the conclusion part. From the presentation, we know what is urbanization, the problems caused by rapid urbanization, and I give you 6 aspects of solution. Let's take action now. The first one is to go green. This is really easy. Just like you take public transportation every day to go to work. No doubt, it will reduce carbon emission. At the meantime, you can persuade people to protect our environment. Like you can form a group in your community to plant some trees or do other plantation, like flowers. And also, you can give effective suggestions to the government by maybe writing a suggestion letter. Then, I think with your intelligence, you can come up other effective ideas by yourself. Take action right now. This is my hometown, Qingdao. It's a really beautiful coast city. In recent years, numerous a large number of the population shift from rural areas into Qingdao. At first, the traffic come too heavy, the people live overcrowded, but now this problem has been solved. Now they build really densely and the traffic problems has been solved immediately. Thank you for your watching. Hope every city you live will be even one.